And sign in, please. Annette Clark. Is it Miss or Mrs. Clark?
Miss Clark.
Miss Clark, where do you live?
Manhattan.
You live in Manhattan.
Yes.
Fine, it's nice to have you with us. Now, Miss Clark, may I present the panel? And if you'll join me over here, we'll let the audience in the theater and the audience at home know exactly what your line is. All right. We'll get the scoreboards back at the beginning panel, and we can tell you that Miss Clark is salaried and deals in a service, and we'll begin the general questioning with Steve Allen.
Thank you, John. Miss Clark, the fact that your job did not exist 15 years ago leads me to ask, has it anything to do with the field of science or technology?
No.
1 down and 9 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Does it have anything to do with health, education, or welfare?
No.
2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Sir.
Miss Clark, does it have anything to do with either dancing or music?
We'll have a small conference.
Oh. Yes.
Would it have anything to do with some of these new dances done to rock and roll, like the watusi or the frug? Or...
The watusi! I bet you know that other one, too, the Australian crawl. That's very good, Bennett.
Has it something to do with these new dances?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you instruct in these dances? You a teacher of these dances?
Nope, that's 3 down and 7 to go, Miss Bennett.
There is a new club that has sprung up almost all over the world now called the Discotheque, in which they play records for people that want to dance instead of having orchestras. Do you have anything to do with the discotheque?
Yes.
Do you perhaps have a discotheque of your own?
No.
4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Allen.
Are you one of those girls in the cage that wilds it up? No?
No. 5 down and 5 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Do you have anything to do with playing the records?
Yes.
Yes, that's it. What did you say, Dorothy?
A disc jockey and a discotheque.
A disc jockey. And they have actually, but they call it a what? You have a special name if you play the records in a
Engineer?
discotheque.
Yes. Discare.
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 It's for the
For the watusis and the Australian crawls. But one of the things that you have to do, I understand, is sort of judge what the temper of the dances is, and you change the patterns of music as you decide whether they want to do the swim or the frug or the watusi.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
now, what is the new? Do they do the? You're at the Lanta D, is that right?
Yes.
Here in New York, in the hotel, the Gotham.
Yes.
In the Gotham Hotel.
Yes.
Now, there's a new dance I read about in the papers. Do they do it at the Lanta D? It appears that a Frenchman of some bulk, who was not a very good dancer.
Oh, the one where they lie down?
Botella?
Yeah. The Bostella, yeah. His name was Honoré Bostel, and he was a big
Bostel,
Frenchman, and he tripped and fell in a discotheque in Paris, and everybody thought this was a new dance, so now they're all falling down. Did they do dance around today?
Yes.
But they sink down gently. They don't go down with a thud. Is that?
Could our lady contestant show us what
With
the
Mr.
most
Daly, would you
popular
do it?
dance is?
With Mr. Daly. Since I tell you, I'm moving up very rapidly from the waltz to the foxtrot, and you give me another 15 years, and I might be able to get up to the 3-step or the 4-step. I'm not sure which it is. I'm not very good at that, I'm afraid.
I wish our guest would show us one that we may not know, like
The waltz.
the monkey or the frug. Would you just show us?
Well, I tell you,
Everybody in the audience doesn't
I
know
will.
it.
I tell you what I'll do. I will ask Miss Clark, who is coming over to say goodnight to all of you, to dance over to you.
Yeah,
with one of the
lovely.
dances. Would you do that?
Well, how am I going to do it with no music?
Well, I think that's a very good
A
question.
cappello.
Bennett, whistle Dixie, please. I don't think you can either, Miss Clark.
You
But
do,
thank you.
you do these dances a cappella, you get arrested, you know.
very much. It was nice to have you with us on our own. Next week at Lantadi at 9:02 a.m., Bennett Cerf will do the watusi. Grand going. Well, we'll have another anniversary mystery guest in just a moment, but first, here is a word from our sponsor.